About a year and a half ago, I was the vice president of strategy at this ethical outsourcing company, this company that was doing about $20 million in revenue per year. And it had taken me years to land a position like that, while also completing both my MBA and most of my PhD. I was also teaching full-time at the university that I'm currently at, so my schedule was full. The money and status were good, but the hours were long, and I just stopped having any fun in the world of business. I knew this wasn't sustainable, but I would be crazy to give up a paycheck of over $10,000 a month, right? Now there's a 3-step process to being able to quit your job and be able to live sustainably and happy forever. So I'm going to give you the exact thing that I did to be able to quit my 9-to-5, and I'm super glad that I did. My students right now still ask me, why the heck are you still teaching? And my answer's always been the same. I just love to help wherever I can. It's definitely not the money, and it's definitely not to further the world of academia, but it is to mentor students and to give people a fresh perspective. Something that I feel like I'm starting to finally be able to do here on YouTube. There's a couple of things that you need to start literally today if you want to quit your job and to start living on your terms. So let's get it. Now, first of all, if you want to end up doing something different than what 99.9% of people will do, which is to be able to quit your job or to live life on your own terms, you need to put yourself around other people who have these types of goals and who are doing this themselves. My Patreon group is definitely a group like that. And we meet live on private Zoom every 2 weeks to discuss as a group. So if that sounds good to you, click the link down below to join. I also do private one-to-one coaching. So if you'd like to meet up with me on Zoom for an hour, send me an email and we can discuss. As far as being able to quit your job, you need to understand feasibly what exactly it is that you need. What are your living expenses? You work to make money, but more so you're working to actually pay your bills. So how much do you actually need each month just to live? Because basically once you have that covered, you can technically quit your job because you'll be safe. In order to get to where this could be a reality, not just for 1 year, but for the rest of your life, you're going to need to do these 3 things. You need something that'll make you money now, or short term. You need something that's bigger, that will preferably make you more money in the medium term, or 2 to 5 years. And then you need something that's going to be able to sustain your living long term and make you money forever. And this category would be long term. So for the short term way that you can actually be making money, it needs to be, how can you literally make money today? Like actually making money in a paycheck consistently every 2 weeks or right as you're doing whatever job it is. This might be like a part-time job or maybe a side hustle doing something like washing cars or being a handyman, something where you're being paid right away. For me, I had been a full-time professor and then also an executive in this company. So I technically had my way that I was being able to be paid consistently because I technically had 2 jobs, and so by quitting one of them, I would still have the other one. If I just had the one teaching gig though, and I quit that executive job and that's all that I had lined up, I knew that I could do that for a little bit and I could keep myself safe and pay my bills. But I couldn't really get any further in life. I couldn't really be putting any money into investing or saving or anything like that, so I knew that I needed something else. And that next thing is this medium-term thing. Medium-term thing needs to be something where if you build it, it could become something big, but maybe right now you're not going to see any money from it. You're not going to see any fruits of your labor today. If you read biographies of any good entrepreneur who built anything meaningful, you'll see that they likely didn't take a paycheck for the first couple years. The reason is that if they did, they would be taking resources from the business, and that business needs those to continue to grow. Mark Zuckerberg didn't monetize Facebook in the first couple years, even though he could have made millions right away, because he knew it would stunt the growth. So what type of business or platform can you grow now, and maybe for a year or 2, without taking any of the profits, and then delay gratification during that time so that you can really build it strong? Most people can't actually do this because when they're building this business or this platform, they're hoping to take the money, the profit from it, and live from it. So if they don't have any other income and then they're not seeing any money from this thing, then they have to stop building the thing and go get a regular job. That's why step number 1 is so important, and that's why you need to have something that's at least bringing in some income during this time. For me, I started YouTube about 2 years ago. I knew that it had the possibility of turning into something, but definitely that wasn't guaranteed. I just said I'm going to be consistent and put up one video every single week for 52 weeks. At the end of the year, if nothing happens, great, I tried. I just know that I'm going to put up content that I wish I had when I started investing, and even that I wish that I had now with all the information that I do have. My goal is just to put out stuff that I know that I want to watch. It took me almost a year to get to 1,000 subscribers. So if I was hoping to make any money on YouTube in that first year, that definitely didn't happen. And if I needed money, then I would have had to quit doing that, and I would have had to go get a regular job, and this whole YouTube thing just never would have happened. It took me almost a year to get to 1,000 subscribers, but since I didn't quit and I kept going, within the next year, I broke over 100,000 subscribers, and now make a living from YouTube. I've also built out a couple businesses through this personal brand, and it's all possible because of delaying gratification from the get-go. So for some of you, that might be building out a personal brand on YouTube or Instagram or TikTok, or just building out a traditional business and making sure that you don't take the profits from it right away so that you can grow it to its optimal size, and then you can live off of it. Then there's the long-term stuff. I know that making money and even being relevant here on YouTube has a shelf life. So I take most of the money that I make from this channel or from anything else that I do surrounding YouTube, and I just throw most, if not all of that, into investing. And what I'm investing is the stuff that I talk about on this channel, namely that 3 ETF portfolio that everybody's been loving so much. For long-term, we're looking for a way that we're gonna be able to make an income forever and be very, very sustainable. You could do this through building up a portfolio of rental properties, or you could build out a business and really crush it and hope to sell it and make millions. Or you could do it the way that most of us are going to do it, which is by investing in the correct index funds, ETFs, or individual stocks for long-term price appreciation, dividends, and growth. One of the most sustainable and easy ways that you're going to be able to build an actual income that you can have and live on literally forever, totally passive, is by investing specifically in dividend ETFs and dividend stocks. You literally can get to the point where you just sit back and every month or every quarter you receive a sizable dividend check and live off passive income forever. I have friends who have built up their dividend portfolios, and now in their 40s, they're able to be totally out of work, do whatever the heck they want, and they're making a bigger check than people that are working 9 to 5. To help teach you everything that you need to know about the intricacies of successful dividend investing, a nice organized course of 17 data-packed videos, click the link down in my description to get the only dividend course you'll ever need. I've had hundreds of people buy this course and the feedback has been amazing. Everything from which specific types of stocks to buy, to dividend taxes, to how to set up the most optimal dividend growth strategy. It's on sale now for only $79, so check it out after this video with the link down below. And yes, a lot of this information you could find probably on YouTube or searching yourself, but I just compiled all of it into a nice, solid, organized area, and you can always have those videos forever, so that when you're looking to buy new dividend stocks or new dividend ETFs, you can use some of the data that I've built out in those videos. Now, the main thing here with this long-term outlook is that it's very similar to the medium step one, as far as delaying gratification, and even more so in the idea that you're probably going to have to sacrifice a little bit right now to be able to live better later on. There's a reason why many people don't actually do this. It's because it's kind of hard. You have to be able to look at a life of sustainability 10, 15, 20 years down the road. Most people can't see past next week. So for that, you need to ease up on spending and use that money instead to be investing in things that are going to help your future down the road. To learn more about what the foundation of your portfolio should be, check out this video on my 3-fund portfolio. Or check out this video to keep you going strong in this personal finance journey. Make sure to click the link down below in my Patreon to come check out that group as soon as you can.